Brothers and sisters, we live in a world of energy and spirit. We live in a world of energy and spirit. You are influenced as much by energy you don't see as the energies you do see. You are living in two dimensions, a spiritual and a physical. Develop patience and grace. Practice not letting people get on your damn nerves. Every day I want you to practice, brothers and sisters. Every day I'm wanting you to practice, brothers and sisters. Every day I want you to practice not letting ninjas get on your damn nerves. Black woman, I want you to practice. There's a certain person who gets under your skin every time you see them. I want you to tell your unconscious. Give your unconscious these spiritual orders, and your unconscious will carry it out. Let your unconscious know that girl that I've been jealous of my whole life, I will no longer be jealous of her. I will speak to her, I will smile at her, or I will just ignore her if we can't be cordial. Black man, that black man who you ain't been getting along with for years, tell your unconscious we will no longer be bothered by his negative energy. We will no longer react to evil spirit. That's what it's all about. We will no longer react to evil spirit. Tell your unconscious that. I do not react to evil spirits, period. Period. Tell your train your unconscious not to react, because most of you operate on the level of the animal kingdom, brothers and sisters. We have to raise the frequency of the black community. Most of us are operating on the animal kingdom level. What do animals do? Animals react. Animals react. They don't have spiritual reasoning. Animals react. When you react, you're behaving like an animal. Tell yourself that. You're not supposed to react. You're supposed to reason. You're supposed to reason. Animals react. Africans reason. You step back. You intellectually, non-emotionally evaluate the situation. Most of you go right to the level of subconscious programming and negative emotion. Most of us go right to the level of subconscious programming and negative emotion. Most of us, soon as somebody do something we don't like, we go right into a conditioned unconscious response. Your father called you and said something disrespectful. You went right into an unconscious conditioned response. Somebody hit your car. You had a fender bender in your brand new car. And soon when they hit you, you went right into an unconscious negative conditioned response. Somebody says something you didn't like. You automatically reacted with an unconscious negative emotional response. That's called animalistic thinking. I thought we were gods. That's called animalistic thinking. I thought we were gods. That's called animalistic thinking. I thought we were gods. That's called animalistic thinking. I thought we were gods. I want you to get into the habit. I want you to get into the habit. I want you to get into the habit of saying, I need a minute to think about this. Two of the most powerful ways to respond, not react. Respond, not react. Two of the most powerful ways to respond to low vibrational energy. Two of the most powerful ways to respond to demons operating on low frequency is to remain silent or tell them, I'm not in a mental space to discuss this right now. I'm going to process this. Can we resume this conversation in an hour? Can we resume tonight? What does your schedule look like tomorrow? You can do it with your husband and your wife. If my wife is getting on my damn nerves, she's trying to get on my nerves because I'm not going to let her. See, in order to get on my nerve, do you know what nerve is? We're talking about the neurological system that carries information from your mind to your body. Because whatever you experience up here, your body feels it down here. See, the head is the temple of the body. Your head is the temple of the body. That's why in ancient Kemet, they have the temple of man. In ancient Kemet, they have the temple of man. In ancient Kemet, they have the temple of man. Your head is the temple of your body. So you have to control how you process experience, because whatever you process, it goes to the body. You're not depressed in your body, in your head. You are depressed in your head and your body. You're not just worrying in your head. Your body worries just like your head worries. Yes. Your body experiences every emotion you decide to create. Notice what I said. Your body experiences every emotion you choose to create. You don't catch emotions. You develop emotions. You didn't catch depression. You developed it. You didn't catch low self-esteem. You developed it. You create your emotions. You are the God of your body. As God is to the universe, you are to your body. And so when you say somebody's getting on my nerves, 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 you're saying I am processing this interaction in a negative way. And I'm going to send that message through express mail to my unconscious. My unconscious is going to send that message throughout my body. And so for them to be getting on my nerves means I am allowing them to invade my peace of mind. They have to get past your peace of mind first. They have to get past your peace of mind in order to invade your inner world. Your peace of mind is your defense fortress. Your peace of mind is your spiritual defense fortress. Your peace of mind is the gates to the city. Don't you open up those gates for no demon. Why would you lift up the gates of peace? Why would you lift up the gates of peace and let a demon invade your inner life? Keep the gates of peace of mind locked and closed. Don't you let them in. Black America is under demonic possession. We are under materialistic demons, emotional demons, sexual demons, trauma demons, abuse demons, self-hate demons. You are at war every day. I pity the person who doesn't pray and call on God for assistance every day. If you are African living on the planet Earth, I'm talking to all 2 billion members of the global African family. If you are an African living on the planet Earth, I'm talking to all 2 billion members of the African family. If you are an African living on this planet, I'm talking to all 2 billion members of my beloved global African family. If you are not praying every day for some guidance, if you are not praying every day for some protection, if you are not meditating every day to keep your life safe from these demons in flesh and spirit. See, when I pray, I'm going to tell you part of my prayer. I'm not going to give you all my prayer, but when I pray, part of my prayer says, Most High, protect me from my enemies, the black ones and the white ones. Protect me from my enemies, the institutional ones and the individuals. Protect me from my enemies, the ones I can see and the ones that are in spirit. That's right. Protect me from the black ones and the white ones, the institutional enemies like FBI, CIA, and the individual enemies. Protect me from my spiritual enemies and the ones in flesh, brothers and sisters. This is spiritual warfare. Give me spiritual discernment so I can know who to let into my space and who to reject, because everybody don't deserve to be in your space. I had to learn that the hard way. I had to learn that the hard way. Your big brother King Kong consciousness, I had to learn that the hard way, that everybody don't deserve to be in my space because I'm a giver. Some of you are givers. Some of you are takers. You got that demon on your back. But most Africans are givers. We're givers by nature because we're people of the sun. Caucasians are takers by nature because they're people of the ice. Okay, so the human dichotomy, you got Africans at this end of the dichotomy, you got Caucasians at this end. This is the human dichotomy. Africans are the people of the sun. We are the givers of the world. That's why Africa gives. The resources of Mother Africa runs the whole world. The resources of Mother Africa runs the whole world. The resources of Mother Africa runs the whole world. The resource, Africa just keep on giving. Africa was given in slavery, she gave her people. Africa was given in Reconstruction, she gave her resources. Africa was given in colonization, Africa was given in neo-colonization. We are the givers, just like the continent of Africa. The Caucasian, he gonna take. He gonna take. And he gonna take more than what he needs. That's what makes him so psychopathologically unhealthy. No disrespect to the Neanderthal nation. But I need African people to understand, no disrespect to the Neanderthal nation, but I need African people to understand your frequency and their frequency are two different places. This is why the snow puppy syndrome is a demonic possession. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You the people of the sun vibrating up here, but you want the people of the ice down here to carry your baby or give you a baby. Somebody help me out. You are the highest frequency of the human dimension. African people are at the highest frequency of the human dimension. And you mean to tell me you're going to go to the oppressor, colonizer, enslaver, and you want the enslaver to carry your baby or inject his ancestors into your yoniverse. Inject his ancestors into your yoniverse. Inject his demonic ancestors into your yoniverse. Brothers and sisters, I know my ancestors are here. I can feel my ancestors right now. You gotta build your ancestral altar, brothers and sisters. If you are not tied into your ancestors, you will not survive this. Your ancestors are your spiritual defense team. Your ancestors are your spiritual defense team. Don't go looking in the Quran, because the Quran don't deal with ancestors. Don't go looking in the Bible ain't dealing with ancestors. Don't go looking in the Ra, because the Ra, African God Ra, them books ain't dealing with ancestors. You got to come on back home to African earth-centered spiritual systems. Better get you an altar. All you need is a table, a closet, a corner in the room. Put down a white cloth. White represents consciousness. White represents the white light of consciousness. Get you a white cloth, a white candle, a vase of water, some flowers, some fresh fruits. Burn you some incense. Get you a stick so you can call on the ancestors, tap the ground, or a bell if you want to ring them. Let them know I'm ready for a conversation. And then you sit there. You sit there, hang up pictures of all your ancestors. Find their pictures and put them up there. If you ain't got the pictures, put the mementos up there. If you got your grandmom's brush she left behind, you got your grandfather's cigar she left behind, you got your daddy's favorite necktie, you got your mama's favorite watch, put all the mementos on the altar. That's their place in your house. That's the ancestor space. If they don't have a space to come, they might not come. If they don't have a space to come in your house, they may not come. See, the ancestors are still with us. They're still members of the family. See, the African family is a metaphysical entity. What do I mean when I say the African family is a metaphysical entity? You have the family you see, and you have the family you don't see. And the family you don't see have more power than the family that you do see. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We don't worship our ancestors. We worship God. We communicate and honor our ancestors. We venerate our ancestors. We worship God. Family is still family, even after they leave their body. I said family is still family even after they leave their body. Now, if you dumb enough to let some religion that was taken from Africa, remixed by the Arab or Caucasian and given back to you, if you silly enough to let some religion that was taken by the Arab and the Caucasian, we had it first, but it was taken from the Arab Caucasian, remixed, given back to you. And if you're going to let that religion stop you from building a relationship with your invisible relatives, if you're going to let a book stop you from building a relationship with your invisible family members, if you're going to let a book stop you from communicating with family that you can't see, that's on you. You got to answer to the ancestors on Judgment Day. Before you go see God, you got to come past the ancestors. Before you go see God, you got to come past the ancestors. See, this is why we need FDMG. Oh, yes, I can't wait. Brothers and sisters, the grand opening is coming. Who coming to the grand opening Kwanzaa week? If y'all want me to do more spiritual lessons, y'all got to let me know. But I'm going to end on this right here. Stop caring so much about what other people think about you. When I first came into the conscious community, I had that problem because I was so sincere and jealous person. Other brothers in the conscious community, jealous then, still jealous now, most of them. They were jealous of me taking over the way I took over in the fall of 2010. They were jealous of me taking over the way I took over. So they start calling me an agent, a scammer. They start accusing me of everything, y'all. And I would jump up and defend myself and jump up and defend myself. And I can prove I got my degrees and blah, 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 blah. And then one day I had to go deep into my spirituality. And I had to get a spiritual reading from the Babalawo. Babalawo said, that's not your fight. Babalawo said, focus on your destiny. Let Ogun deal with your haters. That's what he told me, brothers and sisters. The Babalawo said, focus on your destiny. Do your work. Your father is Ogun. Ogun will take care of your enemies. Stop addressing these low vibrational vampires. Leave them alone. That's what I was told, brothers and sisters. That's what I was told. By paying attention to them, I was letting them pull my frequency down. When people drain you of energy, you drop in frequency. When you are drained of energy, you drop in frequency. No disrespect to my rainbow brothers, but I know y'all operating at low frequency because your wires are twisted. You know how you twist the wires on the car? My rainbow brothers, you're operating at a low frequency. Your wires are twisted up. That's right. I don't care if you call yourself saved or whatever you want to be. I'm not disrespecting you, but I'm telling you, if you were operating at high frequency, you would automatically be drawn to the vagina. I'm just going to be honest with you. A man operating in his full testosteronic masculine energy is automatically drawn to the vagina. I'm not talking sex. I'm not talking sex. I'm talking feminine energy. You crave that if you are in your masculine frequency. If you are craving the same thing you already have. If you are craving the same thing you already have, you are masculine energy by birth and you craving masculine energy. Your frequency, your wires are tangled up, my brother. Same thing with my sisters. If you are craving the great divine feminine and you are already the great divine feminine, you craving yoniverse and you are already yoniverse, I know your wires are tangled up. I'm not disrespecting my sisters. I love them all. I love them all. I love them all. Your wires are tangled up. And I know why they tangled up. Paternal abandonment, paternal abuse, sexual abuse by males, domestic abuse. I know why your wires are tangled up, sister. I'm simply saying, don't call what is abnormal normal, and don't call what is normal abnormal. Don't call what is abnormal normal, and don't call what is normal abnormal. Don't call what is abnormal normal, and don't call what is normal abnormal. Brothers and sisters, I like to balance my political message with a spiritual message. I like to balance my political message with the spiritual message. And once I'm completely done getting all my spiritual training as a Babalawo, I'm going to start my own spiritual house, and you can join my spiritual house, which will be headquartered at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. No, little John, I am not bisexual nor homosexual. I am not. And I hope you are not as well. But if you are, if your wires are getting tangled up, little John, if your wires are getting tangled up, little John, you need a spiritual cleansing. The first thing I recommend for sexually confused Africans, go to an African priest or priestess. Find you an elder. Find you an African elder who deal with the roots and the ancestors, and go into the bush and get that Yoni verse baptized into African spirituality. Get that Shango stick cleared out of toxic energy. You need a spiritual cleanse. Most of the rainbow community need a spiritual cleanse, and they probably be all right. I believe at least 25% of the rainbow brothers and 25% of the rainbow sisters, if they had a deep spiritual cleanse, a deep spiritual cleanse, I think they would go back into the right frequency. Because the nature of the universe is righteousness and order. The nature of the universe is righteousness and order. The nature of the universe is righteousness and order. Brothers and sisters, recognize a spiritual trap when you see one. Recognize a spiritual trap when you see one. Somebody trying to provoke you into an altercation, debate, argument. Why y'all think I don't debate nobody? None of them would win anyway. But why do y'all think I don't debate nobody? Because when I look at the debate, I'm seeing negative energy. I'm seeing ego. I'm seeing the need to prove yourself right. I'm seeing demonic energy. I'm not debating nobody. What I got to debate for? Truth doesn't require a defense. 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 Brothers and sisters, if you need a consultation, life coaching, psychoeducational consult for your child, life coaching for yourself, you can text me 215-989-9858. If you learned something today, hit the Cash App. $ FDMG School. If you learned something today, please hit the Cash App. International Africans, hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG. Old school Africans, send a check or money order. Old school Africans, send a check or money order. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. I want to do a deep meditation on the Nile River when I'm in Ethiopia. I want to go on the Nile River and just meditate with the ancestors. The original birthplace of man, where God put out people in Ethiopia. I just want to meditate and get all the negative coon energies off me. That's coon, C-O-O-N. That's coon, K-E-W-N. That's coon, K-H-U-N-S. I got to get all the coon energies off me, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. If you want to work at the school, send me your resume, fdmgresumes@gmail.com. Please include a picture in a cover letter. Who are you and why you want to work at my school? Who are you and why do you want to work at our school? Who are you and why do you want to work at our school? Who are you and why do you want to work at our school? FDMGresumes@gmail.com. Do not send personal correspondence there. Your girlfriend is white, but you have 10 years experience. Can you work at the school? You and I both know the answer to that question. I don't know why you asked it. You and I both know the answer to that question. I don't know why you asked it. I just did a 2-hour spiritual seminar on detoxing yourself of negative energy. And here you come with your snow bunny demon energy. I repute you and I reject you in the name of your white God. I send you back to the white God of Europe. My brother, you have my permission to join a white church with a white pastor, with white angels on the wall, and a white Christ. Some black people need to go to a white church because that is where you belong. But we have to keep in mind, we fight on 2 fronts. We got to win the physical and we got to win the spiritual. And you have to win the spiritual in order to win the physical. If you leave God out of this war for our survival, if we leave the ancestors out of this struggle for justice, we will lose, because everything that is physical comes from that which is invisible. Everything that is physical comes from the spiritual, and the spiritual is invisible. This is your brother King Kong. If you need to reach me, 215-989-9858. I will go anywhere to teach the truth of God and the gospel of Garvey. Not at all. Garvey is not on the level of God. God has no partner. God has no equal. God is incomprehensible. So in no way, shape, or form would I ever put a human being on the level of supreme divine consciousness. God is alone on the throne, brothers and sisters. 21598. You looking good too this morning, sister. You looking good too. All my sisters is looking good. I just want my sisters with the blonde hair to take it off. I just want my sister with the wigs to take it off. I want my brothers with the snow bunnies to get a spiritual cleansing. I want my brothers with the snow bunnies to get a spiritual cleansing, because you got a demon on you. It's a demon that led you into bunny hopping. It's a demon that led you into bunny hopping. It's a demon that led you into bunny hopping. This is King Kong. Peace and Pan-Africanism. I love y'all. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. One love.